So now to the second part of functions, which is arguments. Okay, so let me go back to my editor right here, and I commented this out. Okay, just you can use it. And to arguments. So an argument is basically a variable. Okay, just think of it as a variable. When we need to pass some data to our functions, we need to create some arguments. Okay, so this is the only way we can pass data to our functions, by arguments. Okay, so let me create another function. Let me call it print full name. Okay, and there is a body of the function, and I will just echo out what I will pass in right here. So let me go back to the parentheses, and this is basically when we can write our arguments. Okay, we can write as many as we want. All we need to do is to just separate them by a comma. So let me create just one argument, and like its form is like just like a variable. Okay, exactly like a variable. If we echo out, your first name is, we need to copy this and just put it back like that, and end this with a semicolon. So now just we need to use our function. We only need to call it. Okay, print full name and our parentheses like that. So now we've created our argument. We actually need to pass in the value right here, or this will trigger an error. Okay, if you have to create an argument, you have to pass some data in the call of the function, or it will trigger an error. Okay, that makes sense. So the first name, let's say Ahmed right there. Okay, and refresh this, and save this, and we refresh this like that. It will give us out your first name is Muhammad, just like that. Okay, so what basically happens, the interpreter comes in, reads your function. There is an argument right there. We now need to echo this out, but we have the call of the function right there with this value. Okay, just like this. And now if we need to write another argument, which will be the last name. You can call this whatever you want, but I'm just writing some dummy function, like that. Your first name is, and your last name is, and print out write in our argument, just like that. Okay, and now if we only run this, let me go ahead and run this. You can see right here that's given us a fatal error, uncaught argument count to few arguments, blah blah blah, in the line 24. If we go back right here, which is where the error is, we go back right here to 24, it says that this number function right here are bigger than the ones right here. We have 2, but here we have 1. This number of functions right here should match the number in the header of the function right there. So we need to pass in some other argument value. Okay, you know, the last name, let's say send like that. And if we save this and go back and refresh it out, so it says your first name is Muhammad and your last name is just like that. Okay, so this should be really easy, you know. Do some exercise with it, you know, write some for each write some for value, or some for loop, sorry, or some if statement or switch, you know. Play with the code as much as you want, and you should, you know, this should be really easy for you. Okay, so to the next one. Peace.